Hey guys, it's Franky. Welcome to the Think Tank. So I want to go over Bryan Kohberger a little bit. You know, we kind of forgot about, I did anyways, about that identification that was inside the glove, inside of his glove box. So, you know, there's some of this stuff that's a little bit older, a person kind of forgets about. So I thought maybe it'd be a good thing to talk about. And then on top of that, the defense has put out a motion to compel discovery. There's some documents that they would like. There's some evidence that they say that they've asked for and not received. So we will go through that first. So I also want to talk about, you know, the kids are finally starting to talk a little bit about what has gone on. It's been 6 months. Let's see what this says here. It's hard to believe it's been that long. Wow.
Hey ladies, we are giving out free Dove samples. Just fill out our quick 2-minute survey and we'll ship it right to your door.
Okay.
I'm actually just from a very rural area, so we
Right.
don't have crosswalks.
Oh,
Unless I
We
visit an
don't
area where
have
there are crosswalks.
crosswalks.
It's not very frequent.
Yeah.
I do apologize if I was asking you too many questions about the law. I wasn't trying to
no, not at all. Like, I understand you're not from here, so if you don't, a lot of people don't know a bunch of laws.
Yeah, he totally got himself out of that ticket, did he not? Okay, let's see here. On November 13th, 2022, we do know that the roommates, Kaylee Goncalves, 21, Madison Mogan, 21, Zaina Kernodle, 20, Xana's boyfriend, Ethan Chapin, 20, were all unalived on 1122 King Road in Moscow, Idaho. Oh, look at those eyes. Oh my God. He's just a little smart ass here. It made me a little bit uptight watching him push her buttons, because that's the only reason he was doing it, in my opinion, was to push her buttons. So it says here that the gruesome slayings let the college community shake, and that it did. There were a lot of girls that didn't come back after Thanksgiving. Do you remember that? The campus was pretty bare. Those who did stay on campus received support from professors who changed their lecture plans to accommodate the students' needs. The faculty has been nothing but understanding of this terrible experience. Maddie, Kaylee, Kim. This is the last picture of everybody together. So Bryan Kohberger, 28, a former Washington State University PhD student who studied criminology, was arrested in December of 2022. Although he still maintains his innocent, he has not entered a plea. So that is what we should see and hear on June 26th. May 25th is for the gag order. Classes started off in pretty much a better position, Idaho student Paul Gillespie said to the Idaho Educational News. There is no doubt that the arrest greatly helped reassure the students. An increase in campus security for the second semester of the school year made a difference. Even super safe places still have their dangers. She said it's definitely opened people's eyes to real life. So we just watched, they're talking here about the never before seen body cam footage. So that's what we just watched, him basically talking his way out of a ticket. And that happened on October 14th, 2022, not too far away from Moscow by the Washington State University Police. So he was living only 15 minutes away. The officer said that the traffic stop, I think you know why I stopped you. You ran the red light. And then he responded, what actually happened was I was stuck in the middle of the intersection, so I was forced to go to the left. He followed by explaining that he was from rural Pennsylvania and asked the cop to explain Washington state driving laws. Oh, he is such a little dank. Kohberger said, I do apologize if I was asking you too many questions. So it does show, we have seen the body cam footage of the police going through Kohberger's apartment. That was one of the last lives I did. A number of tests were run on the items, and we looked at that paperwork as well, showing that some of them did come back positive for blood stains and that they were taken. So this was a stain on the pillow, and let's see, other items did not test. They found a lot of different things that were the right color, but did not test positive. So that was the sink, shower drain, a curtain rod, entry to a doorway, under a coffee table, and near a computer pad. Investigators entered his apartment through a search warrant December 30th, 2022, just hours after he was arrested in Pennsylvania at his parents' place. And we've gone through everything that was seized. We do have all of that. So if you're not caught up, there's lots in this playlist. We know about the sheath that was positive and matched Kohberger's DNA. The victims, rest in peace. Yeah. Hey there, Dandy. How you doing, friend? I'm looking forward to finding out whose blood that was. It's on his pillowcase. So, I mean, to me, there is a possibility of that being somebody else's. So I thought maybe we would go over the license that was found during that search. Like I was saying, we haven't talked about it very much, and in the last while anyways, it was big news when it first came out, but with all the questions that are kind of hovering around right now, I kind of wanted to look back a little bit. So I'd like to know whose ID he had in that glove in a box, in his glove box. I'd like to know who that comes back to. Do we have Maddie, Kaylee, Ethan, or Xana? Or is it one of the girls that, like Dylan or Bethany? Was it one of the girls that were not attacked? An ID connected to the unalived University of Idaho students was uncovered in suspected unaliver Bryan Kohberger's car amid reports he may have been cyber stalking one of the victims, which is also a really interesting point. We had not talked about that for a while. His connection to the students has remained unclear, but an unsealed search warrant states officers found ID cards in his car 6 weeks after these attacks. Sources told News Nation they belonged to somebody who lived in Moscow, but a gag order on the trial has stopped police from confirming any details. It has been, I mean, they're not confirming anything, really. They're letting little bits out, but I'm finding, we'll go through this motion to compel. We'll go through that. But you're going to find that all of this paperwork that we're going through, we're only getting little bits and pieces. We're not getting anything that puts this all together for us. Okay, so what do we got here? Let's see. Like, that's big. That is big. How does he explain having someone's identification unless he ends up knowing?
Hey, ladies, we're giving out free Dove samples. Just fill out our quick 2-minute survey and we'll ship it.
Bryan Kohberger allegedly had an ID belonging to one of the residents of 1122 King Road in his possession after the murders. And I did some more digging and discovered something else. Sources told News Nation that investigators discovered the ID during their searches of Kohberger's residences, so either his apartment in Pullman, Washington, or his parents' home in Pennsylvania. So when these warrants were unsealed last month, I looked through them, saw that IDs were taken, but without any other information, it really didn't stand out to me or anyone else. But now with a source saying that one of these IDs belonged to someone connected to the murders, I went back to look at the specifics of this search warrant. And what I found was kind of crazy, and it looks like he was trying to hide it. You're probably going to see some reports saying that the ID was found in the glove box of his car, but I don't think that is right. Take a look up here at number 35. This is the actual document, the actual search warrant. It says clearly, ID cards inside glove, inside box.
Yes.
So not card inside a glove box.
Right.
Card inside a glove.
My mistake.
Inside a box. So
Yes.
if you are sitting here thinking, okay, crazy lady, what is your point? Picture this. I know this is a mitten, but ID inside glove, inside box. That strikes me as weird, especially considering the fact that the ID possibly belonged to one of the victims. Also, whose glove is it? Is it Bryan's? Is it a family member's? Could it also be one of the victims? Tell me if you think I'm reading this totally wrong in the comments. But if I'm not, my other questions are, whose ID was it? When did it go missing? If it was before the murders, could this bolster the state's theory of stalking? And if it was after the murders, are we looking at a potential trophy? Go to dailymail.com for more coverage on the Idaho murders.
Very interesting. She makes a lot of really good points. Okay. So we know that originally he was MOM posted on Discord. If I read it right, they're going to televise. So are we talking about the 25th or are we talking about June 26th or both? I'll have to check it out. Okay, so we know that the sheath was found next to Maddie and had that DNA on it. So it's saying here, based on the search warrant, the IDs had been hidden away in Kohberger's parents' home. In a Tic Toc video, she explained, when these warrants were unsealed last month, I looked through them, saw the IDs were taken without any other information. It didn't stand out to me. But now, with a source saying one of these IDs belonged to somebody connected to the deaths, I went back to look at the specifics of the search warrant, and what I found was crazy. She went on to explain that the warrant states the cards were found inside a glove, inside a box. And she just demonstrated that. How odd is it? And like she said, is it a theory? Does it match the state's theory of stalking? Are we looking at a trophy? Did he know somebody in that house and it was their glove? Was it his glove, his parents' gloves? Police found a trove of disturbing items, including a gun, several knives, a black face mask at his home following the dramatic arrest. In February, it emerged that he had multiple images of one of the girls on his phone. And it's clear he was paying attention to her, though it would not reveal which girl it was. Kohberger is due in court on June 26th. I hope it's that date. I hope, Dandy. I am going to check it out. So let's go through the motion to compel. I've gone through it. I printed this one off and just kind of went through it. And they're stating that they've asked for some paperwork and different things that have not been turned in. This comes from the defense. So comes now Bryan C. Kohberger by and through his attorney Ann C. Taylor, public defender, and pursuant to Idaho Criminal Rule 16F, hereby moves the court to order the state to comply with the defendant's first supplemental request for discovery filed herein on or about February 3rd, 2023, and defendant's second supplemental request for discovery filed herein on or about March 24th, 2023. Mr. Kohberger requests an order for the state to disclose the following items included in the defendant's first supplemental request for discovery. Request 43, all body cam and dash cam footage from officers involved in the search and arrest of Bryan Kohberger in Pennsylvania. And it's saying, and it will say this on most of the things, that as of May 4th, 2023, counsel for Mr. Kohberger has not received the requested material. So if anyone knows, is this normal procedure, or is this telling us a story? Number 2, Mr. Kohberger requests an order for the state to disclose the following items included in the defendant's first supplemental request for discovery, request number 49. All lab testing, including photographs and color diagrams and bench notes, including but not limited to. Number 1, copies of lab reports detailing the forensic evidence collected and analysis of items recovered at Bryan Kohberger's parents' home. Trash cans and other receptacles, and Bryan Kohberger's Hyundai Elantra. Give me 2 secs here. I'm going to make sure. Okay, so there we go. I think that's what we've got for now. I just took a quick look, and it looks like we kind of covered everything we needed to here. What do you guys think about that motion to compel discovery? Is that a normal procedure, or does this mean something shady is going on? You're going to have to let me know, because I don't quite understand that discovery motion. I don't, like I said, I don't know if it's part of it or if it's showing shade. So guys, that is what I have. So I am going to look at Lori Vallow again. There's actually a few of them I want to take a look at again. Things are coming out, and I want to do like we just did here, kind of take a look at some of the stuff that came out earlier and refresh our memories a little bit as to what is out there for evidence. I think myself, I do forget periodically that they've got some of this stuff. And how would he possibly explain having this stuff in a glove in a box? He's obviously hiding it. There is no other thing you can actually, what else can you come up with? So he's sinking his battleship. I'm really, really curious as to what comes out on May 25th. If they're streaming it, I will be on top of that. So this one, and I know there's going to be some movement in the Delphi case soon. And I'm going to keep watching Lori and Chad. And I mean, holy demonic people. So I hope you guys are enjoying your day. I'm going to go do my thing, and I'll probably see you guys in a bit. Thanks for being with me. Bye.